As we approach our first tree, I'm pretty sure you can tell which one we're going to talk about first. Yeah, look at the white flowers on that tree. I look forward to this every spring. It's just the most colorful, vibrant white, and everything else is still pretty much dormant, so this just stands out. Yeah, isn't that something? Yeah, this is mountain frost pear. When I first purchased it, I thought it was going to be a sterile tree, no fruit whatsoever, but I have had some fruit on it time to time. But it's just a beautiful ornamental tree, one of the first to flower out in the spring. Now today we're going to take a look at, boy, several, maybe dozens of different trees and shrubs that flower early in the season. Here's a look at our mountain frost a few years ago when it was a bit smaller. Look at how it just glows in this evening photo. And the fall colors on this tree are equally showy with that mix of orange, red, and yellow leaf colors. And as our blooms in the mountain frost are finishing up, we'll get a couple more weeks of white flowers on two other pear trees in the area. Here we've got Yuri and Golden Spice. Equally beautiful ornamental trees, but you're going to want to be careful where you plant these trees as they're grown more for their fruit production. And yeah, you can get a lot of pears on the ground in heavy bearing years. I'll put a link in the description box to a video I did a while back where I planted a pear tree and how it'll look 10 years later, similar to these trees. Let's move on to one of the earliest blooming yellow flowering shrubs, the Forsythia. I'm thinking this is possibly the meadowlark variety, a very hardy variety, but you'll have to give it some room to grow as it can reach 8 to 10 feet tall and wide. I planted a gold-tide Forsythia in our landscape because I wanted to have a variety that stayed shorter in that 2 to 3 foot range. But even though the shrub has been hardy, I don't always see flowers emerge. If we have good snow cover, we get great bloom, but without it, we get sometimes very few flowers. But just the same, it's got a nice leaf color and really picks up some interesting purple tones for fall color. And just to the right of our gazebo, covered here with grapevines, they've yet to break dormancy. This is a really nice, smaller ornamental tree that stays in that 15 to 25 foot range. Autumn Brilliant Serviceberry. These flowers are just starting to open up here, but these are going to get brighter and brighter. This is a clump form, and keeping those lower sprouts pruned back, that's become an annual chore now in order to maintain this look. But the name Autumn Brilliance. Look at the fall colors on this, similar to that mountain frost pear, just a nice mix of orange, reds, and yellows. The serviceberries, they do have a wonderful tasting berry. They're also called June berries, but good luck getting any as the birds absolutely love them, and they're going to have them cleaned up typically before they even have a chance to ripen. I spotted this Autumn Brilliance in a backyard next to a patio where this small tree is just the perfect size for this setting. And Russian almond, also called dwarf Russian almond. These red flower buds are just starting to open, and soon we're going to be enjoying a couple weeks of these nice pink flowers that you see here. This is a really hardy shrub, tolerating winters into zone 2. Its mature size is considered to be around that 4 to 5 foot area, and suckering is said to be a problem on this shrub. But even after about, 7 years now, I really haven't noticed the habit. It's been about 3 years now since I rejuvenated this next shrub where I cut them back to about 2 feet. The Bloomerang lilac. Let's take a look at the progression on that new growth after the pruning. These photos are showing, about a 6-month period from March into September. It's amazing when you rejuvenate vigorous shrubs, just how quickly they can come back. We got a few blooms that same season, but the next season is when they were really loaded with blooms. I'm finding this to be one of the earliest lilacs to bloom in our area. With the Bloomerang, you're going to get continual blooms throughout the season. They flower heaviest in the spring, but it's nice to have those additional flowers all the way into fall. I came across this small shrub a few days ago, and this is most likely PJM Rhododendron. This is rare for our area as this plant also likes acidic soil, which we do not have. If you can grow the rhododendron varieties, consider yourself extremely fortunate. Here's a nice little early flowering shrub called honeyberry. It's also referred to as haskap, and it's in the Lonicera or honeysuckle genus. It's mostly planted and grown for those midsummer honeyberries that it produces. It's a tasty little blue-colored berry that some say tastes similar to the actual blueberries. The bumblebees have been busy in here, and boy, it won't be long. We'll be able to enjoy eating those nutritious small fruits. The chokecherry is another nice white flowering tree, great for wildlife due to its abundant fruits. This happens to be Canada red cherry, a chokecherry variety that leaves out green, and then those leaves will turn dark purple for the rest of the season. Even though it's a colorful tree, it has a couple of drawbacks to be aware of: its suckering habit and its susceptibility to a fungal disease called black knot. And this little guy here, he's just getting started, still a little shy though, I guess. This is a pink flare cherry. Yeah, I can't wait for this one to mature and start cranking out the flowers, but we'll enjoy just a few for now. Here's a mature pink flare in full bloom, courtesy of the J. Frank Schmidt website. You really got to check these guys out. They've got some great tree varieties and the flowering crab apples. I've got a separate video I'm going to link to in the description if you want to take a closer look at some great varieties. But what a spectacular group of trees. If you're looking for that early bloom with dozens of choices, not only in the flower color, but ranges of leaf colors. And there's so many sizes and different shapes to pick from as well. The only thing I don't like about the flowering crab apples is just how quickly those flowers are gone. And here we are back to our original starting point next to our mountain frost pear. I hope you enjoyed taking a look at all the different varieties of trees and shrubs with beautiful flowers. Thanks for stopping by Garden Hike. I appreciate it. We'll see you again next video.